Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're going to completely shatter everything you thought you knew about launching a mobile app. If you're an entrepreneur with a brilliant idea, but you've been held back by that massive hurdle of learning to code, or hiring super expensive developers, or wrestling with really complex software, this is your ultimate strategy guide. We're going to dive into how you can avoid complex software installations entirely, reduce your development time to almost zero, and literally go from a basic idea to a fully functional mobile app in a matter of minutes. Listen to this core truth of the modern digital economy. Solving a real-world problem with a mobile app will make you serious money. No, really, that's not just some catchy phrase, it's the reality. But the roadblock has always been actually getting that app built, right? Well, today we are going to look at exactly how to turn those problem-solving ideas into real revenue, totally bypassing the technical headaches that usually stop people right in their tracks. So here is our rapid launch playbook for today. 1. The app launch revolution. 2. Skipping the software setup. 3. Meet your AI dev team. 4. Prompting your prototype. And finally, 5. The launch and monetization playbook. Let's get right into it. Kicking things off with Section 1. The app launch revolution and how it's totally changing the game. We're living through a massive shift right now. I mean, historically, if you put 100 aspiring builders in a room, like 70% of them would run toward web development over apps because, honestly, the old way was terrifying. You had to learn complex languages like Java or Kotlin, download massive heavy software like Android Studio, and spend literally months coding. But the new way? You just open a web browser, type out a natural language prompt explaining your idea, and you launch in minutes. It is an absolute game changer, guys. And honestly, the most crucial number you need to remember today is 0. Yep, 0. That is exactly how many software programs, IDEs, or dependency packages you have to install on your computer to get started today. You don't need some massive, ridiculously expensive laptop anymore. If you've got an internet connection and a browser, you have a full-blown development studio. Period. All right, moving on to Section 2, skipping the software setup, or as I like to call it, the browser-based cheat code. So there are 3 powerhouse platforms out there right now that live entirely in your browser, and they're built specifically to just slash your development time to pieces. First up, we've got Google AI Studio. This one gives you a built-in simulator and automatically generates your UI and code, totally for free. Then there's Replit. Now, Replit acts kind of like an autonomous agent. It actually auto-debugs its own errors and gives you one-click deployment straight to the app stores, which is wild. And finally, we have Emergent. This one utilizes the incredibly smart Claude 4.7 Opus model. It not only builds stunning premium user interfaces right out of the gate, but it can even whip up the web admin panels you're going to need to manage your app's data later on. Which brings us right to Section 3, meet your AI dev team. It is time to delegate that heavy lifting. See, when you use a platform like Replit, you weren't just using some basic code generator. You're actually managing a full-blown AI agent workflow. You give it an idea, let's say a private, secure image sharing app. The AI takes that, thinks about it, plans out the logic, designs the entire user interface, connects the front end to the back end so your data actually saves, tests the functionality, and preps the whole thing for deployment. It's literally mimicking an entire human software development team, all from just one single prompt. And you know what's crazy? When you hit those inevitable bugs, the whole process is totally transformed now. In the old days, getting a failed to fetch error when you tried to generate an image link could mean hours of digging through lines of code. Now, when that error pops up, you literally just open the chat and type, "Hey, when I click generate link, it shows failed to fetch. Fix this." The AI dives back into the code, spots the problem, and resolves it instantly. You don't even have to touch a single line of code yourself. I really love this perspective from our sources. AI is your helper, not your replacement. As an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be bogged down by annoying syntax errors or repetitive coding loops. That's not your job. Your job is to understand your user, direct the creative business logic, and figure out how to actually solve that real-world problem. The AI is simply there to do the heavy lifting and handle all the boring stuff. All right, let's jump into Section 4, prompting your prototype. We're taking this from a simple idea right to your screen. Here is the rapid-fire creation cycle you're going to use. Step 1, you write a detailed prompt. And I mean detailed. Don't just say, make an app. Say something like, build a secure image sharing app where users can upload a photo and get a private shareable link. Okay, step 2, the AI plans and builds out the entire architecture. Step 3, and this is where the magic happens, using an app called Expo Go, you just scan a QR code right there on your computer screen, and boom, your prototype is live on your actual phone, right in your hand. Then step 4, you play with it, test it out, figure out what you want to tweak, and just chat with the AI to instantly debug or add new features. What's really cool is how collaborative the AI is. Let's say you're building an expense tracker. Tools like Emergent don't just blindly guess what you want. They actively ask you smart, clarifying questions. It'll come back and ask, hey, do you want standard email login, Google login, or both? Or how do you want to store these receipt images? Should we enable a PIN-based app lock for extra security? It even asks, do you want me to pre-fill the app with demo data so you can test it out right now? It's honestly like having a senior developer sitting right there next to you, making sure your product is absolutely perfect. Now for the really fun part. Section 5, the launch and monetization playbook. This is all about building trust and, of course, revenue. Because look, building the app is really only half the battle, right? Making money is the ultimate destination here. Let's look at the ultimate freemium strategy using a super cool real-world example from our sources. So, an entrepreneur built an app called My Money to help people track their expenses. Now, they released it completely for free. It solved a very real problem, and because of that, it racked up over 1 million downloads. By providing immense free value up front, they built massive user trust. Once they had that huge audience, they launched My Money Pro, a paid version loaded with premium features for 499 rupees. And because the users already knew and trusted the free version, upselling them to the paid one was incredibly easy, and it generated some serious revenue. So here is your exact strategic timeline. Point 1, use these AI tools to launch a high-quality free app in a matter of days or maybe weeks, completely bypassing those endless months of traditional coding. Point 2, focus all your energy on marketing to reach users and build trust over the next few months. Point 3, introduce and upsell a pro version of your app. And finally, point 4, as your business scales over the years, you can use these exact same AI tools to generate a custom web admin panel. This lets you easily manage customer data, add custom categories, and basically run your entirely new tech business from one simple dashboard. We've seen how those old barriers of complex software and massive learning curves have just been completely obliterated today. You do not need a computer science degree anymore. You really just need a great idea and the willingness to prompt it into existence. Your AI development team is literally sitting there waiting for you right now in your web browser. So my final question to you is this: stop waiting. What real-world problem are you going to solve today?